Hello! So I thought I'd do a quick video. Welcome to my house. As you can see, it is not always pristine perfect. Like, this is actually, look, I'll admit, some people would say this is quite tidy. This is probably only halfway to about as messy as it gets. But I thought I would do a quick video. I'm getting loads of questions from different people in different spaces asking about organization for someone with ADHD. Now, I'm autistic and have ADHD. I have depression, I have anxiety. This means that some days I'm like, wow, off the wall. My brain is pinging. And other days I'm flat chat and I just need the basics to keep me going. So this is a mishmash of systems that I have tried to help get myself organized. Yeah. So it's not amazing, but I thought I would quickly show you. Now, for those of you who don't have ADHD, you might go, whoa, that is like bananas. Why do you need so much stuff? Or maybe you're like, yes, that seems very logical. I don't know. And some people with ADHD who have got their own millions of systems will think, these are great. And others will go, oh my God, I can't do all of that. Now, I will caveat this by saying that I did not start all these systems at once. They were slow. I had lots of other systems. I evolved things. I tried things. I'm still evolving things. It's never perfect. But I'm getting closer and closer to things that work for me. And I have tried other things. So if you don't see it in this video and it works for you, that's great. It might be something that I tried that just didn't work. So let's get on with it. So first things first, this is sort of my basic kind of go zone stuff that is like behind my door. These two whiteboards are for my two kids. Ignore the number. It's a random set of numbers. That mean nothing to anybody. In fact, I probably should rub them off because they don't mean anything to us anymore. This is what happens, right? I write things down and then I'm like, don't need that anymore. Why didn't I rub it off? Anyway, the girls have their whiteboards and I usually try, when I need to write on here stuff that I need to remember for them. Like it's a particular day at school or a particular event, or I need to pack this thing. Otherwise, I dump stuff here that needs to go out the door to remind me. So this just needs to go down to the bin. These need to go into my car. And this is sort of all my basics. This is to remind me, take your masks. And I have my sort of like keys and basics just here. I always forget to bring my jacket, so I've decided to start hanging this here. Batteries need to be taken somewhere to be recycled, so I've just taken to kind of like clipping a bag here because I never really knew where to put them, and I've got to keep them out of the way of like the cat and the small child. And these are our water bottle holders that we perpetually forget to use because they were in a box in the kitchen and we never went and got them out. So having them here has actually meant we're using them more. But this is just, you need to take things with you, basically. So let's move to organization zone number 2. This is my fridge. Now I tried the whole keep your fridge empty minimalist thing, but the truth is I can't. I need the fridge space. And also, whilst I love my apartment, these are like proper wood and that's amazing, but I can't stick anything to them. Nothing sticks to them. I can't use blue tack. I can't use, but nothing sticks to them. Like nothing magnetic, nothing. So I have my fridge. So down here, I have my little notepad. Got to have a notepad and pen on hand at all times for anybody who needs it. This is my whiteboard. Now, roughly I have sort of shopping things over here, little random notes of stuff I need to remember to do today, like there's things like letter to self, which is a task that I'm supposed to write for a thing I'm doing. You know, I can't even read what that says right now. Something my mum suggested I watch, water plants, you know, things like that. It's just random stuff. It's not urgent. It's not super high level, but it's stuff that I just sort of need to think of in the next sort of day or two. Up here, I tend to put sort of what needs to be cooked. So it's a stir-frying carbonara so that later, because I cleaned out the fridge last night. Look at it. Oh my God. So tidy. Not how it looked yesterday. Because I shoved. Anyway, this just sort of reminds me, you need to cook these things because these ingredients are not going to go well. So this is just kind of like keeping me organized on a basic kind of zone in my crazy kitchen area. All right, kids reminder boards. Both my kids have one. They're supposed to slide them across as they complete their tasks. These are their evening ones. I keep them up near the bathroom. Basically, I couldn't keep them in their bedroom because the younger one goes to bed earlier and then the older one couldn't get to them. But this just tells me what they've done, tells them what they've done. Does it work perfectly? No. But it helps. It really does help. Now, this was a bit of a lavish purchase. I have Google Home devices in every room. I also now have a smartwatch. These are not the kinds of things I ever thought I would spend money on. I am frugal. I am a cheapskate. I don't like to waste money. I don't like to be like, oh, look at my house all wired up. Till like, I was talking to my wife one day about the smartwatch situation and things are going, and she said, maybe you're exactly the kind of person who needs this because it's going to be something on your, I'm not even wearing it. It's something on your wrist that's going to remind you of your events and your alarms for your medications. And it's going to tell you where you should be and when you should be. And because you are always losing your phone, it can, hello cat, it can ring. And then you don't have to know where your phone is. It will ring. Right? So that's handy. Now, this is so helpful. I love it. I can just tell it to put things on my shopping list, on my to-do list. So when I'm, standing in the kitchen cooking and I can't stop and write stuff down, I just yell it to the Google, it puts it on the list, and it's somewhere I can go. It's amazing. And also, when I keep losing my phone, I can also just tell it to play Spotify or do whatever I want it to do, or give me information like how many grams in a blah, blah, blah. And it's perfect. I have to say I've fallen a bit in love with the Google Homes. It didn't work very well in our other house. Our other house was a lot bigger and the communication between the devices was really hard. I probably needed a lot more devices, or I needed extenders and things. But now in this apartment, it's perfect. There's one in every room. They all talk to each other. It's great. And I'm able to turn the music on and off in the kids' room or broadcast things in and saying, get up, get out of bed. I can do that. It's amazing. I love it. And now it's time to attend my crazy work zone. This is sort of my studio that I've set up at one end of the room. So this is supposed to be my work whiteboard. Yeah, I'm not currently using this. And I think I've finished most of the notes that are up here. I'm not doing a very good job of using this right now. But normally what I do is I put my things that I've got to do, projects I've got to work on right up here. It's probably because I haven't had anything supremely urgent at the moment, but I'm about to have a couple of projects start, so I'll probably start using that better. I tend to use this as sketch space when I'm trying to plot out my different projects, like when I need to work out measurements and things. I work better visually and on a big scale, and then I can turn and look at it. That's right, I need to do 3 inches, blah, blah, blah. This, okay, this might seem over the top to some people, but it is a floor plan of my apartment, basically. And then the thing is, I lose stuff, and I have to, there's the whole put everything in a home and then you'll know where it is. But the problem is I don't always remember, because coming with ADHD is memory problems. And I don't remember where the stuff is. So there are things that I use infrequently, or that my partner uses infrequently, that we need to find, and I need to know where it is. So things like electrical cords, batteries, batlines, tools, essential oils, drills, paper, prescriptions, right? These are all important things, and they are all grid coded so you can find them. Because in that space, there's only going to be one storage item where they could be possibly kept. It might have 3 drawers, but it's in those 3 drawers. So this might seem over the top, but it's really good because my partner doesn't actually live with me at the moment. She comes to visit, and when she needs to find stuff, she can look. Okay, now onto my crazy diary system. So I have currently 4 notebooks on the go. These 2 will consolidate. Basically, this is just a bullet journal that I use, and this one is a month, sort of to a page kind of a one. I love using this one. I got this one really cheap, but I got this one before I started this one. So this is just, I'm going to flick to see if I can find a blank one that I hadn't done because I started later in the year. So basically what I do with this one is I put in my weekly kind of things. I have alternate weeks on and off too, and this is really helpful because it shows you what week you're up to, so I can know the odd numbers of this and even numbers of that. But basically I block in my work shifts in one color, the kids' activities in another color, appointments in another color. It just tells me sort of at a glance how busy each day is and what important things are happening. But I want to consolidate that by drawing these into my bullet journal once this runs out. It's also really cool because, between every single month, you get a note page. And so it's really good because I can just scribble down and write notes. But like I said, I don't really need it now. I've got this one. I'm just going to finish out the year, and then it's just going to consolidate into here. So this one's my bullet journal. I'm going to try and just do a little flicky. There's lots of different stuff in here. I keep I actually usually start sort of further down the journal. I don't like to start at the beginning. So things like I've got my period tracker there, which I'm not always on top of. things I need to do, monthly tasks. There's loads of stuff in here. I'm not going to go through and show it to you all, but that's my bullet journal. It's my Bible. It keeps all my information. This one here is one I've just started because I need it. It is money tracking. So when I get money in, which accounts it goes into. This tells me roughly what each of the accounts is for so that I remember. And then I take the extra money and I put it here. And then as I go, I work it in because I really will need this. I just don't know where. So that's my financial tracker. This could be in here, but the truth is when stuff like this ends up in here, I've tried it, I just forget. So I need a separate book that tells me every week you need to look at your finances. And this one is my daily one. So these are some of my newer pages, so I haven't actually got very much written on them. But I do try and block things in. Let me see if I can find a spare page. Okay, so this is like how it normally looks. And I block out things like these lines are when I'm actually out at my other job, my main job, my other job because it's my main job. And so I know through that time, I can't do anything. And then I try and block things in. Like I block other stuff out, like that's happening so that I know what I'm doing. And then it goes all the way through till 10:30 at night in case I need to have things written in there. But I try and just let myself go in the evenings. But basically that helps. And then I use it as scrap paper for different things so I don't waste it. So I have my daily tracker. This is so helpful. Like you can see this week I've fallen a bit off the bandwagon, but I've got my daily tracker, my budget book, and then I essentially have my diary because this is part of this one. This here is my Sunday basket. Now this tells people what can go in here. Things to be fixed, batteries that need replacing, items that need replacing or upgrading, things we need to buy, mail to deal with, tasks to complete if they can wait till Sunday. So this is a concept by Lisa Woodruff, and see, I just chuck. Anything that is not urgent that needs to be dealt with goes into my Sunday basket. Now that is just my collection basket, that one. I actually have another box, which is the Sunday basket itself. So if you've seen Lisa Woodruff's Sunday basket, then you will sort of be familiar. If not, I urge you to go look it up. I'm not going to give you a huge talk through. This is my actual Sunday basket with all of my little sections in it. Go and look it up. It's really helpful. Basically what it does is it allows you to put off until later what is not urgent without forgetting about it. So either throw the thing in the basket or you write a note and throw it in the basket. And then what you do is you give yourself a specific time in the week, same time every week, doesn't have to be Sunday. But it does, I find it does work better just doing it on a Sunday. I've found there's never a good time. I can always come up with why it's not a good time. But you put everything in there, including bills, including anything that's not urgent, because bills, you normally have a 2-week lead time on paying them. If it's something that needs dealing with now, do it now. But it puts off all that stuff that really is not urgent. Putting batteries in that kid's game that they've run out. Okay, well, I tell my kids, if the batteries run out, you throw it in the Sunday basket, and I get to it on Sunday when I do that. And then I go through and everything that needs batteries gets done. Things that need charging get done. Things that are non-urgent, because we all run a little bit too much on got to do it now. And I want to teach myself and I want to teach my kids, it isn't urgent. We might want it, but it's not urgent. And then these fantastic, what Lisa calls slash pockets, help you to actually do it. So this is a doing basket. This is active things. Go look up Lisa Woodruff, Organized 365, Sunday basket. I urge you. Okay, now this is my wake up board. Now really, these two things should be on the board in my office, but I didn't, so I need to move those. This was what I was kind of working through. This was me thinking about how I'm going to move my money around into my budget book. So that can all go now, but like I said, I like to work up where I can see it. This tells me every morning what I need to take. I don't rub this off because it does change sometimes, but I just change it. So this tells me all my medications I need to take in the morning and at nighttime because I forget them. This is essentially like my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It just gives me an overview if there's big things. I don't always use this. It's just that there's big things I'm worried that I'll forget. Like I need to do a blood test or I need to go to work for this extra shift. I put them there just so they're in my face in the morning when I wake up and I go, that's right. That's important to happen today. It's not urgent. I don't have to do it all the time, just for weeks when I feel like I need to. So yeah, so that's basically how that sort of works. And literally I see it when I wake up in the morning. This is where I sleep and I see it here. So that is a bit of an overview of some of the things that help me every day. They're not perfect. They do work a lot better. Everybody has different systems that are going to work. You can tell that my medication is about to wear off because I'm sure I've just gone through this whole video. It's probably very fast. But I wanted to answer some questions. I will try and make a better video later. But as someone wise once told me, done and okay is better than just not doing it. Like if it is a case of me getting this information out to you imperfectly or not getting it out to you until I can get it perfect, this is far more helpful, I'm sure. This is not an exhaustive list. You do not have to use these systems. If there's one thing I could tell you, it would be just get some systems going. Because then when things start to get out of control or you start to fall off, you've got a system to go back to. These are the ones that I find the simplest to go back to. These are the ones I find it easiest to get back on board with. So find your systems that work. It could take a lot of practice and trial and error. If any of these ideas help you, that's fine. But mostly what I was wanting to show you is how many systems it really takes. And the problem is that ADHD brains don't cope well with systems, but by implementing them slowly and bit by bit, I've slowly got my brain into habits. So some of the systems work really well. Some of them I fall off, I get back on. But you are not crazy or in trouble if you can't manage your life and you need a lot of help and you need a lot of systems and you need things put back right. That is part of your brain. If you have ADHD, this is how crazy my life is. I wish you good luck. Send me some messages about what you do. I'd love to hear some new ideas.